welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica. Along with me, we have the one, the only Beverly Domengeaux, who is the Executive Director with St. Mary Council on Aging. As always, thank you and welcome to 2023.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, the last time we talked, it was in 2022.
Right.
And we were very hopeful for a very, I guess, welcoming
Right.
2023. Let's see if that actually happened. So, kind of tell us how the Council on Aging was ushered into the new year.
Well, we came in very, I guess we'd say very energetic, okay? Because we had big plans to extend our routes and all. But unfortunately, we couldn't find enough employees. So Amelia and Four Corners are still without our services. But we're still working on it. Our people, our 3 senior centers, people are showing back up, and we hadn't seen them since COVID.
Okay.
And it's been very enjoyable. And a lot of community organizations have gotten involved and want to come in. And like on Valentine's Day, the Franklin Rotary Club is going to come to the Franklin Senior Center and have lunch with our seniors and play
Very
games with
nice.
our seniors. So a lot of people are calling. They want to come over and see what we do.
Awesome.
We have several ladies that are volunteering to help us learn to paint. Pictures. Okay. We have of course, this is Black History Month, and we do have speakers that are coming into all 3 sites to talk and to let everybody know, to ask questions and everything. So the community has really gotten involved, and for Christmas they really got involved because we had baskets and we had socks and we had gloves and we had hats and we had everybody. Santa Claus came to see everybody.
This is so awesome to hear. This is almost a reverse. You have more people who are looking to volunteer. We need people who want to also work and get paid.
That's correct. That's
So
correct.
we're kind of flip-flopping, but either way, at this point, it is a win to know that you have people who want to volunteer their time. They realize the importance
Right.
of doing something in your community, especially for our aging population, because we're almost there. As you see, let me hide my little grays right here, because I would love to say that I'm aging gracefully, but I too, God willing, will be there as well. And I think we need to pay homage right now, and as they say, give flowers right now. And I think that's great to hear that you have volunteers that are stepping up. Now, when it comes to Amelia and Four Corners, you're looking for some workers, some employees who will be able to deliver the meals. Is that right?
The process is I have identified the place where we could actually have our meals catered there so that we could pack it out. But it takes 2 years to get all that proved because I have to go through the federal government, the state government. I have to make sure that the kitchen is checked out by the health department and all that. So we're working on that. And unfortunately, we had Amelia almost ready to go when COVID hit. So now we've got to go back, okay?
Yeah.
So the rule of thumb is I must have at least 25 people in order to start another route.
Gotcha.
Okay? And we've got 42, I think, pending in Amelia. I've got 50-something pending in Sorrel and Four Corners.
Okay.
So we are looking at several places over in that area that may be willing to work with us because we're just in there. We're not going to be a center. We're just going to be a food distribution center. So.
And you have to have a safe place. It has to pass inspection. So you have some
and to
some
store
possible.
what we got to store and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
So there's a few but what we've done is in some areas the people are now coming to my sites that I already have. The people that are mobile that can still drive. They're starting to come, and they're building up some enthusiasm in their areas. So,
Okay.
one of the new things we're doing is journals. We're keeping a journal, and we have a subject of the week, and they write their notes, and then they share them with us.
Oh, love
And
that.
it has to do with growing old gracefully,
Yes.
and I say that as with a smile because I hope I'm doing that. Okay,
Yes.
but it's turned out to be a lot of fun for them to think back over their high school days, their college days, their marriage days.
Yes.
You know, so
So far, good stuff. We
oh yeah.
understand that there are some challenges, and that will happen with just about anybody. But we're going to take a short break and talk a little bit more about your wins, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get back on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. My guest is Beverly Domengeaux, the Council on Aging Executive Director. So let's talk a little bit about your wins. I mean, we've talked about the challenges. We've talked about a lot about your wins too, but
Right.
there are also some more wins, and it's good to know. Again, kudos to the community for stepping up because there's at least 2 or 3 events where you just you just like it fell in your lap, and all this came about because of community effort.
Right. Well, when my homemakers come in and tell me that they go into the homes to help clean, and they see things, and so the first thing was sheets and pillows, sheets, towels, and wash rags. Well, I happened to mention it at several meetings, and next thing I know, I had cases coming in, and so then we had the blanket drive, okay, and that was fantastic because, well, I won't say they weren't really blankets that they were using. They were just slivers, and these were nice, heavy blankets, beautiful colors, even had satin trimmed around them, and some of them got so excited about that. You know how they are. And then we got to the point where we needed heaters, okay? Cabot gave us a very nice donation to buy some heaters for the people that needed them, and then we put out the word, and we got enough heaters for the people that had requested them, and that helped out a lot because we want to try to keep them as comfortable as they can. And then of course the Christmas baskets, we could have probably done Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day with all the food we got. But we were able to make nice baskets and then to make some extra food available for our people because we were off some days, okay? And so we like to have them to have something that they can take. And I have to say, okay, we had a Little Debbie's. One of your local merchants decided he was going to put Little Debbie's, and all the donations, he sold them, and all the money he made from the Little Debbie's came to us, and then he gave us the Little Debbie's to send out for Christmas.
Okay.
So everybody got a Little Debbie Christmas tree as an extra. So the community really and truly, and I guess what I was thrilled about, I didn't ask.
Right.
I just kind of said this was the needs. I had phone calls. What do they need? I said, how about socks, gloves, and hats? Because, with the cold weather. Here they came, okay? I asked one gentleman, I said, he called, and I said, I need some diabetic socks because I had run out because I try to keep those because most of our people are diabetic. And he got online and he found some and he brought me a whole case.
Come on.
So, everybody looked out after each other.
And I think that's great. You don't have to ask, because there's a need. And I always go back to, what is it? And I may not be saying it right, but you're twice a child, right? So your child doesn't always have to ask you. You just know you have to do it. So kudos to you, community, for stepping up and just saying, you know what, I know what needs to be done, and we're going to get it done. I hate to transition like this, but, it's winter time. Let's talk about the winter blues. I mean, flu, even COVID is still here. So how are your residents dealing with that?
We're asking them to stay at home, okay? we're keeping some of them that because of long-standing secondary diseases, COPD and such. We're just more or less saying, watch the weather. We'll bring you your meal, whether they're used to coming to the center. Excuse me. And they're used to coming to the center, but we take the meal to them at home. We're making sure that we give them all the literature, let them know about the flu shots, about the pneumonia shots, anything that, and then we get phone calls every once in a while about, do you have any extra cough syrup or anything like that? I don't have any medications like that, but I have contacted the pharmacists, and they have been good about donating.
Awesome.
So.
Well, you're dressed very festive, and we're going to talk a little bit about Mardi Gras when we come back, so make sure to tune in right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast, and we're looking at this festive shirt that you have on, but also your nails. You are always like in season. Yes, let's show them up, show them up. There it is. Definitely in season. Mardi Gras, and there's going to be a little bit of a change this year, which is a little, I think, unexpected.
Well, we talked about it, and we've always had a big ball, okay? And because our people are aging gracefully, but they're aging, they wanted something a little bit, and we're, like one lady says, we don't have enough men, okay? And we kind of wear the men out because they all try to dance with every lady there, so anyway, we decided that we would just have a Sunday afternoon reception, and we would honor the previous kings and queens that are still with us, and then we'll have the present king and queen crown the incoming king and queen.
And where is this going to take place?
It's going to take place at the event Willa venue in Franklin, and it's Sunday afternoon, the 19th, from 2 to 4. And one of the gentlemen said to me, "That sounds like a tea thing." I said, "No, it's a reception." So, and
but they are dressing up.
They're dressing up. They're allowed to either costuming, or if they want to come semi-formal, they can come semi-formal. Some of our people are making costumes together.
Oh, nice. Okay. So it sounds like it's going to be a very intimate setting.
It's going to be very, very nice.
Now, will there be transportation provided?
Yes, my buses are going to run, and bring everybody there and get them home safely.
And is this already booked up? Have they already RSVP'd? Okay, all right.
They can RSVP any of the centers, but we sent out the notices and everything.
Okay.
But we're just looking forward to just having, I really wanted to have a Sunday afternoon dance because that's one of the things my seniors have been asking for, and that's one thing we have on the calendar to come up because there's nothing for them to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to try.
Okay, sounds good. Also, you have this, and I love this. It has been going strong for a few years now, and that's the intergenerational mixer, and that is involving Berwick High School students. And this is something they wanted when they introduced this at the New Generation Conference that's held every year. So this was some years back, but it's been going strong, and they want to intentionally mix with the aging population. And so what I love about that is that you guys get together, is it once a month?
Once a month.
Once a month, and hold this mixer where you play games, you also just do kind of some interaction and really educational learning about how things were back then, and then how are things going today, the current trends. So the last one was held just a few weeks ago.
And we had 6 teams. There were 6 people on each team, and we played trivia. And we broke up the questions. Some of them were current, some of them were in the past. And we had the best time because, we caught one boy looking up the questions on his
Google,
phone, so we took his, And then one of my ladies got so excited because she knew the answer and she blurted it out so everybody, But it was a lot of fun. We split them up. We didn't let the students just sit it. They had to have a partner
Yes.
with a senior citizen. So they got to know each other, and they we watched, they would kind of whisper to each other, do you think it's this or do you think it's that? So the next one we're going to do in March is we're going to have them talk about school days, how school and education has changed from our generation to this new generation. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. We have one more segment to go. Like I tell you guys, every time she comes here, the time just flies by, and I hope you guys got some really good information. And if you have some extra time on your hand, make sure to go to us on Facebook. We're KWBJ TV 22, as well as check us out on YouTube, KWBJ Live. Come on back for our last segment. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, my guest is Beverly Domengeaux, the Council on Aging Executive Director. Let's hit it hard with budget. I know in the past couple of years, it's kind of like just whoop, whoop, whoop. How are we this year?
This year, we didn't get any cuts, okay? And all the municipalities have given their pledges like they do every year, okay? So budget-wise, we've done very good, and of course we have some foundations that are very good to us when anytime we need. So as far as that goes, we're floating, okay? I remember when I started 22 years ago, I was worried about where I could make payroll or not, and now I've been able to give raises and elevate some people. So we're doing fair, okay? I would like to spend more money by having more employees so that we could take care of more people.
That's right. Which means that opportunity is there.
Oh, yes.
You are hiring, and you're hiring mostly for drivers.
Yes.
And if you are interested, you can go to any center. There's one in Morgan City, Patterson, as well as Franklin, and fill out an application. Right. So that's
and I'm also
available.
Looking for people that have some spare time that would like to volunteer. And maybe maybe you know how to teach us how to crochet, or teach us how to work with wood, or teach us how to paint or something. Because we're always looking for different activities for the seniors to do. And they love to learn, okay? They really do. They give you a hard time, but they like it. Okay?
Yeah, and they want to stay active. They want to do stuff. And I can attest to that, because every third Tuesday of the month, you, as well as all three centers and anybody else, the public for that matter, is invited to the Tesh Theater in Franklin for a free movie. Of course, it is a silver screen classic, and I have really I started doing this with Ms. Diane because I'm on the board.
Right.
But now I really look forward to it. I look forward to watching a movie that I've never seen before, or some that I have seen before, and I get a chance to see it again.
Well, you missed because we had Abbott and Costello meets the Invisible Man. And that brought back so many memories, but I have never heard so much laughter and clapping, and everybody just they said they had forgotten about how funny the movies were. And the crowd is growing every month, okay? We're getting people that aren't with the Council on Aging, they're hearing about it, and I say, yeah, y'all come on down and join us. The popcorn is delicious.
Oh, yes, it is. It is pretty too good. I just say that because you want to go back for more, but it is good, and it's for a nominal fee. I mean, it's $1 for much of the concession, $2 maybe for candy, but you get a healthy dose of candy. And I think the seniors really enjoy it. And at one time I was seeing some young folks come through. When I say young, meaning the little kids, because it's at 2 o'clock. So it is before the kids are out of school. So it's at 2 o'clock, and if you are someone one day you're off from work and you're like, I'm going to go check it out, we welcome you to come on through.
Well, now we changed the date because it would come during Mardi Gras, so we're going to go on the 28th. And they requested Elvis, so we're looking to see if we can find an Elvis movie. So,
Oh, okay. Well, we shall see. Most of the time, me and Miss Diane, we sit together and we kind of pick our brains, pick each other's brains, and say, what do you think would be really, really good for the month of, because we like to have, for June. I think we had it was about weddings.
Weddings,
and
the
so
Father of the Bride.
yes, Father
okay.
of the Bride was one, and so we had wedding cake ice cream. So you get some special surprises if
yeah.
you come. So thank you so much for coming, and as always, it is so much fun. So because we actually start to go down memory lane a lot of times, but this time I think we kept it pretty professional and hit the questions and really got it all out there. And thank you so much for coming, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye-bye.